Today I want to spend a few minutes on something I think is incredibly important that I hope, if you will hang on and not hate me too quickly in this video, will open up your eyes into a better way that you should be educating your children instead of leaving it to the public school system. That's why I've titled this video, Why Schools Suck. The first thing that I want to bring to your attention is this book. This is absolutely a must-read book. This is called Weapons of Mass Instruction. That's instruction, not destruction. It's written by John Taylor Gatto, G-A-T-T-O. I hope I pronounced that name right, but that's how it's spelled here. He also is the author of the best-selling book, Dumbing Us Down. And in this book, this book basically does one huge thing that opened up my eyes and made me say, oh boy, no way in hell am I sending my kids into the public school system. I don't care if I can't afford it, it doesn't matter. They are not going. And that is, he goes in this book, he goes in and he opens up the speeches, he digs them up from past records and things on exactly why our public school system was designed in the first place and its original intent, both from big government people and big business people whose main goal, this is a little scary, with the development of the public school system, was to create an educational system that would grow up the mass populace of the United States in this case, so that they would be more easily controllable, less defiant, and more willing to take orders without questioning them. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a little bit spooky for me. So I highly recommend you look at this, verify the facts for yourself. But they adopted our school system from Prussia. And I won't go into all the specifics that the book covers in great detail, but there's a lot of things from how we segregate age groups to the topics that we teach that actually train our kids to learn purposefully meaningless things that obviously we don't remember. I mean, do you remember the formula for photosynthesis, unless you're an absolute science geek? No, you don't remember that. You had to learn it in school, but you don't remember it now. One of the arguments in this book is the reason we had to learn that crap in school is because part of the purpose of school is to teach us to memorize and do things that don't matter. And if you can teach a child to learn things that don't matter over and over and over again and constantly have his parents telling him he needs to do it and his system and everything, you re-warp a child's brain into simply doing things because he's told, and you absolutely kill the ingenious, creative spirit inside a child, and you end up creating a massive population that will just take orders and do what their bosses and their government officials say. So this is why I say schools suck. Now, a lot of times here people go, oh, public school's bad, you gotta go private. Well, guess what? Even if you are private versus public, I hear that argument all the time. The problem that I have with that debate is that both systems, except one's typically a little more religious and one's not, besides that difference, which is big, but besides that one difference, they use the same system for training the population to take meaningless orders without questioning them and just be a bunch of sheep that some smarter herder can herd around. And I don't want any part of that. So that's why I don't like public, and that's why I don't like private. And there's obviously other options. This video is not about those other options. I just want to open your mind to this concept. But the thing I would like to suggest is, what if the main goal of our educational system wasn't to learn a bunch of nameless facts and a bunch of weird stuff that none of us remember, 1 month after we've learned it in the first place, because it was just memorizing. But what if the main goal from the birth, from conception, whatever, the birth of a child was to discover that child's innate strengths and talents and passions and desires and put them in an environment where that could just grow to be the best that it could be. I'll give you just a small little example. My brother and my mother's approach that she used on him. My brother is now a professional magician. He performs for the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. And at the age of 4, when my brother was 4, for Christmas, I personally got a magic set, the kind at any toy store that you might receive as a kid that teaches you how to, make a scarf disappear and make a few simple card tricks and that sort of thing. And what happened is, I played with it for a week, but my brother was fascinated by it at the age of 4. So I was 7 or so at the time. And he took to it like mad, right? And my mom went, there's something here. I think this might be a talent, something that he might want to sell out for. And she noticed it at the age of 4, okay? So what did she do? Well, first of all, she tried to get him performing gigs and helped foster it, not by pushing him into it, but she would find teachers that would let him perform for their classrooms. And as he got older, she hired coaches to help who made their living performing as magicians to help him as a teenager learn how to master the art of performing and yada yada yada. She supported him and equipped him with everything that his heart was yearning for. He would practice on his own as hard as he would. He was never pushed into doing anything by my mother. Yet he was given a different educational experience to the point where even in high school, he missed half of high school. He skipped it all. My mother said, I don't care if you go to school. I want you to pursue your dreams. That was my mother's approach. And because she took that approach and was willing to let my brother skip half of his high school education, not only as a junior was he making more than his high school teachers by performing his magic, but now he's performing for the circus, touring across the nation and making a great income doing what he absolutely loves. And isn't that cool? Wouldn't that be cool if it could have even been better? If the whole system, not just my mom, but the whole entire system had spotted that talent and put him into a customized educational experience, not forcing him to learn stuff that he's never going to need and that's not useful, but something that would help further his dream. So what I would like to propose is that whatever a child's interests are, the main goal as a parent should be discovering it as early as possible. Not because it's what you want your kid to do, but discovering what is inside your child that they have a shot at being excellent at and equipping them with as many things as possible. And wouldn't it be cool? I know it's not possible today, but I want to throw it out there because I think there's might be some people that could latch onto this idea and maybe want to pursue this with me. Lord knows I want to do it for my children. But wouldn't it be cool if, for like my brother, for example, there would have been an educational process he could have gone through as a young magician that could have trained him in publicity and public speaking and the choreography and all of that type of stuff, and just solely focused on that and left the other stuff out of the way he was just going to forget anyways after his high school is over. If your child is an athlete, go down an athletic approach where a different type of educational process was designed to maximize their athletic ability. If your child's interested in science, then more advanced science options than the public school system has to offer instead of just the basic stuff. If we did this, I believe we could fast track the innate just passions and desires and strengths of our children tenfold, 100-fold, and get them to live the lives that they were born to live, to fulfill those passions that they were born to fulfill, because we have a system that helps foster that and helps them be the best at that they can be, instead of a system that just tries to train you to go get a job and work for someone else and sit at a cubicle. Because who really likes that, by the way? I guess some people do, but most don't. Most don't get excited in the morning about getting up and going to their job. And I think the only way you can get excited about it, and what I want my children to get up and be excited about for the rest of their lives, is waking up and doing something that they are great at and that they love. And I don't think that's really going to be possible unless we as parents, and maybe as a society, but at least as us parents, create our own customized educational process that specifically helps our child become the best they can be in their areas of strength. So, if you agree with any of what I'm saying, or if you disagree, please leave me a comment below. I think this could be a heated discussion if we wanted it to be. I'm totally open for a heated discussion, by the way. And I would also recommend that you go get this book so that we are on the same page and you understand what I'm talking about. I hear a lot of, no, but kids need to learn this and that and all that sort of thing. Well, go read this book and then we'll talk later after we're all on the same page about what's really going on in the school system. So, that is my feather-ruffling comment of the day. Looking forward to hearing what you think about it.